January 19, 2005, Ibaraki Mito Highway. Around when that so very high sun was turning orange. We continued to drive. Simply at random, the car continued running. And then, when the area turned into an unfamiliar place, I'm stopping for a bit. Finally, I brought the car to a stop. Outside of the city area, by the roadside somewhere, a lonely place that didn't seem to have much traffic. Stopping the car in a place I didn't even know the name of, I started inspecting the interior. If there were things that would even be the slightest bit useful. That's the thing, right? We have no money, only limited gas, I imagine, fuel in the tank, and that's about it. We did bring our medicine though. We had rushed out without any preparation, but I could see that we would be in trouble very soon. While thinking about that, first, I searched the dashboard in front of me. There really isn't much, is there? Just a few hundred yen worth of what appeared to be change from the expressways. The rest were just a few books of manga and a disposable camera. It wasn't like we had a destination, but it seemed that the navigation system installed in the car was broken too. And also, the amount of money I had was about 8,000 yen, which may sound like a lot, but considering it's yen, I don't think it's that much. While leaving, I had hurriedly stuffed my life savings into my pocket. With that, and adding in the change in front of me, it could barely make 9,000 yen. Of course, it wasn't like I had been expecting to find anything in the car from the start. But with this budget, we'd probably be in trouble really soon. I could definitely believe that we wouldn't find decent lodging. Even saying that, I doubt that the girl had any money. Maybe we're lucky, and she's a millionaire.
どうかした?
No, it's nothing. Oh well, it didn't matter. I should have known this from the start. To begin with, it wasn't like we had thought up arrangements or plans before acting. Instead of that, right now, I wanted to move. I didn't want to sit still. Under the now darkening sky, once again, the silver coupe ran. By the way, are you hungry? As I drove, I spoke to the one sitting next to me. Thinking about it, we hadn't eaten since morning. For now, let's go to a convenience store?
Yeah.
Hey, don't be so picky. And compared to the 7th floor's food, it absolutely has to be better. At my words, the girl returned silence. Yeah, with 9,000 yen, we can't exactly go to an expensive restaurant. Those downcast eyes, their line of sight was on the pink pajamas that she wore. Now that you say, that's right. As I spoke, I looked down at my own clothes. Certainly, in these pajamas, wherever we went, we'd stand out too much. It wasn't like it was fine inside the car either, but in any case, we had to do something about these clothes. Making that decision, I turned the wheel from the main road and headed into town. After running a while, the place that we came to was some street I didn't know the name of. Surely, it must be near some station since it was a street where about the number of people could be seen. In a place like this, you'd think there'd be one. While glancing around the area searching, I moved the car on, slightly raising my body in the seat while driving. Ah, found one. In a short while, I spotted a coin-operated laundromat. It appeared quite run down and was in the first floor of a small apartment building. This place might just be perfect. A short distance away from the entrance, I parked the car. Alright, just wait a bit. I gotta do the laundry. Leaving the girl, who was making a puzzled face, I headed to the coin-op laundromat on foot. Or actually, we're just coming in there to steal some clothes. Considering we don't, want to walk around in just our pajamas. Just past the automatic doors, my nose picked up the scent of bleach and detergent. Just don't drink it. Inside, it was just as run down as the exterior, filled with old washing machines and dryers. There's no one around. The perfect time. I muttered those words in the empty shop. There, raising a low sound while spinning, was a single unit in use. Quickly approaching that machine, I started to check the timer. It looked like 200 yen had been inserted and it was set for 30 minutes. Also, it had been going for only 5 minutes. Most likely, until it was about done, the person was passing time somewhere. With that deduction, once again from the entrance, I looked around for someone that seemed like that sort of person. Then, making sure that no one was in sight, I placed my hands on that revolving dryer's door and suddenly opened it. Ka-chang! Opened in the middle of a drying cycle, the machine was forced into a stop temporarily. Ignoring the blast of heat and damp air, I took out a mass of half-dry clothing from inside. Then, carrying it just like that in both hands, I looked around once more before I put the shop behind me. Bye-bye, sucker. They're my clothes now, or our clothes. Seeing both of my hands filled with laundry, the girl raised a bit of a surprised voice. However, paying no heed to that, I threw them into the back seat. Well, we're going. Dang, that was badass. He just freaking took the clothes. With one hand on the wheel, I eyed the pile of laundry I had thrown in the back. At a glance, there it was, all flashy looking jeans and sweatshirts. All the sizes seemed to be on the large size. They were still wet, but inside the car, with the heat from the vents, it'd probably be dry soon. Later, change into something you like. For those words also came no particular reply. She simply looked at the pile of laundry. Well, what else could we do? We definitely couldn't buy new clothes, so yeah, this is the next best thing. Even for me, it wasn't like I did this because I liked it. The money that we held wasn't like we were sent on an errand with it. However, with what we had on hand now, buying new clothes would have been a tight situation. When the face of the moon really came out, we had driven for a while. I stopped the car near some park somewhere. It was most likely some kind of children's park, tucked in the middle of a residential neighborhood. It was in the middle of that I began to search through the clothes stolen earlier. Most likely because of the heating in the car, the laundry was totally dry. Looks like it really is all guy stuff. Exactly as when I had glanced at them, it was all gaudy jeans and sweats. Most likely, it was someone from about my age, and size-wise, something close. And then, while still sitting in the driver's seat, I grabbed a pair of suitable jeans and sweatshirt and started to change. No looking, girl. Hey, you should change into something too. Don't worry. I won't peek. Then you're going to be always in the pajamas? With a reluctant reply, the girl took hold of a pair of jeans and opened the door. Hey, where are you going? You can change in the car. Like I said, I won't look. With just that answer, she began walking towards the restroom that could be seen in the park just ahead. Click. Hey there, that was quick. In a moment, the girl returned. That was really fast. The pink pajamas that she had been wearing up until now was in her hand, and she had changed into jeans and a white sweatshirt. Well, it's good that you managed to put something on. There was no reply. It was something I saw coming. The size was too much, and draped rather heavily on her. Since the jeans were too long, the legs were rolled up a number of times, while the top sweatshirt was in the same way folded over. They probably were more comfortable, but you know, unfortunately you can't. At least people will look at you weird if you walk around in pajamas outside. Well, don't say that. It's a bit warmer this way. At my words, she gave me just the slightest dissatisfied look. I guess something more feminine would have been better? The girl's usual response. Even though I had thought she was dissatisfied with the poofy sweatshirt, soon she returned to being expressionless. Suddenly, it started raining, as if it had forgotten how to stop. Rain spilled from the cold January sky. Looking from inside the car, countless raindrops on the windshield. One by one, they would grow too big to stick. A number would gather, overflow, and turn into a rivulet. Then, while flowing down, they would involve other rivulets and flow even more. The two of us just sat gazing at that sort of rain from inside the car. In some parking lot somewhere, a lonely place in the mountains. Having finished shopping at a convenience store, we were spending the night. On the menu for each of us, 2 nigiri, 500 milliliter of Pocari, and half an order of fries. Dang, we are definitely, you know, budgeting right here. That is not a proper meal. It has been a while since having this stuff, eh? With one hand holding the convenience store nigiri, the girl murmured. Thinking about it normally, it wasn't all that splendid, but compared to the food on the 7th floor, it was good enough. How bad are they treated on the 7th floor? Like, if I knew, I guess people, or that hospital in particular, just like, those people are going to die anyway, why bother making good food for them? I would be the opposite, like, these guys are gonna die very soon, let's make good food for them. That's what I would be thinking instead, but they're like, nah, here, have some takeout from 3 days ago. And then, when both of us reached out towards the fries, the girl's hand suddenly stopped. Is something wrong? I've really come to that answer every single time. It's like your girlfriend or a girl saying like, no, nothing is wrong, when you just know something is wrong, but they don't want to say it. They want you to figure it out. Every time that same answer. I just, I want her to open up to us. Tell us what's wrong. While answering, her line of sight turned towards the widely fogged windshield. There by the roadside, a number of white flowers could be seen. Oh, the narcissus? White flowers, soaked by the rain. I didn't know whether they were planted by someone or were there naturally, but those flowers seemed familiar. Those were Narcissus?
Narcissus. 水仙のことよ。
Daffodils. Ah, those were daffodils. I didn't know too much about plants and all that, but daffodils, I had at least heard the name before. And also, I recall that even though the girl would normally speak only rarely, she would uncharacteristically join in a conversation on this topic. That's why I went along and continued to speak. Now that I think about it, the only other time when we actually had like a proper conversation was when she explained, kind of the initiation rules about the 7th floor. And that conversation when we saw the flowers on TV. I think it was on TV, right? But it was definitely about the narcissus. And other than that, there was just always like a few exchange of words or just her particular always responsive. Nothing particular. And I guess these are different from those two?
厳密には違う。
She was like a botanist before this or something. She really likes flowers. Or at least those in particular. They're quite rare things then, aren't they?
別にどこにでもあるわよ。
Everywhere? Like where? For me, it wasn't like I put very much meaning into this statement. It was intended simply, from the flow of conversation, as a natural question. And yet, she thought for a moment, then slowly opened her mouth.
西。
West? Well, guess what, girl? We're heading west right now then. West?
淡路島が有名。
Hey, wait. Awaji-Shima? You mean... Just how far do you think that is from here? For someone who had only just started driving like me, I couldn't even make a guess. Most likely, it was easily around 700 kilometers. And even using the expressway, I couldn't even begin to estimate the time it would take. First thing, considering our funds, it certainly didn't seem enough. Even if we stayed off the expressway and used the smaller roads, the cost of gasoline itself was ominous. Look, don't say unreasonable things now. There's no way we could go to such a place, right? But she wants to.
誰が行きたいなんて言ったの？
Okay, she didn't exactly say it, but she's kind of... Or at least she's making me think that she wants to go there. Huh?
問われたから答えただけ。
With just that answer, the girl once again gazed beyond the windshield at those flowers. This girl, right? She's either the most simplistic girl in the world or the most complicated. Like, I feel like she's either very simplistic and everything that she says is just that's how she feels and there's nothing beyond the surface, or she is so complicated that she actually just doesn't want to say much and there's so much hiding beneath the surface that she just doesn't want to, either doesn't want to show it to people or just like, yeah, nah, I don't know, but she's just so simple in how she speaks about things. The glass inside the car, cooled from the rain, was fogged white. She cast her gaze beyond even that. It wasn't as if I wanted to go there also. However, it also wasn't as if we had another place to go.